Hey, Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. Another podcast for a wine we wrote up on the cheapwinefinder.com website. This is a wine I found at Trader Joe's for $5.99. It said it's a special purchase, which you don't always see from Trader Joe's. You know, their purchases are always intentional. And this is called the Hidden Hills Estate McLaren Vale Shiraz 2021. McLaren Vale is the kind of the Sonoma or the Napa Valley of Shiraz in Australia. It's in southeast Australia. The back label says Tate Wines made it. Tate Wines is from Western Australia, which is a whole different wine area. They do different things. It's different wines. So where did this southeastern Australia from McLaren Vale come from? It's a long way away from where the winery is. And why is it $5.99? It's a 2021. It's just almost 2025 in a couple of weeks. That's a lot of bottle age for an inexpensive wine or whatever. So I'm trying to wonder, is this a wine that was left over and they bought it from somebody and decided to sell it to Trader Joe's? That does happen. And I'm not quite sure. Shiraz was really the wine to get in the early 2000s. From what I heard, when 2008, when the big subprime meltdown happened, Australia didn't really get hit with the turn down like everybody else did. And the dollar, the American dollar to Australian dollar thing went from being like a $12 wine in the U.S. to the Australian wine getting stronger and being an $18 wine, and no one's going to pay $18 for a $12 wine, and the whole thing dried up. And to this day, it's still not back, even though they do make really nice wines, but it's not the trend it once was. I'm going to take a sip. This is a bit of a dark and a brooding Shiraz. Not too spicy. There's spice there. Red berries, maybe some caramel, brown sugar, that type of thing. Maybe a little blackberry in there somewhere. It does not taste like a $5.99 wine, even though it is. That's what it's selling for. It has a more expensive taste to it. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I haven't been drinking a lot of Shiraz lately. It used to be one of the first red wines I ever really got into back in the days when I was just learning about wine. But it's a nice wine. This is a food wine. It would go with like roasted meats. It would go with steaks and chops and that type of thing. It's got a real strong flavor to it. It's dark. It's brooding. It sips well. I mean, I wouldn't want to have this with popcorn necessarily because it's got that ripe nectar fruitiness to it. I'll take another sip. Yeah, it's really kind of concentrated. It's got nice flavor. It's at a ridiculous price. And typically speaking, when you get a value price Shiraz, it's usually it'll say on the label from southeastern Australia. And it won't, occasionally you get Barossa Valley, but you very seldom get McLaren Vale for a cheap price. Those tend to be expensive grapes and expensive wines. So this is a nice find. It's not a bad Shiraz at all. It tastes really good. It's you can sip it. You can have it with a meal at $5.99. That's crazy good. There you go. It's from Trader Joe's, and for the holiday, you want to have a couple of wines. You're having a party. You have some reds. You have some white, and you want to, come in. It's pretty cheap. You get 2 or 3 of these things for under $20, and there you go. And they taste well. It's dark and brooding. Only 14.5 in the alcohol. I say only 14.5 because back in the glory days of Shiraz, they would be 16 and 17 sometimes. They would be Mad Dog wines. took a sip. Yep, it's dark and it's brooding and it's cheap. So, and it's Shiraz from a very high-end growing region from a wine company. I can't find having any record of ever having sold their wines in the U.S. in this Hidden Hill estate. The only time I see this is for this Trader Joe's wine. Yeah, so at $5.99, taking a chance, but not much of one. And it's the chance will pay off. So adios, keep it cheap. I think I'll get another wine in before Christmas, and then after Christmas we'll get a couple of bubblies before the holiday, the New Year's Eve. So adios, keep it cheap. If I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas, and stay warm. And again, keep it cheap. Adios, bye-bye.